Hi everybody, this is Mutant Encounter, and today I'm going to talk to y'all about this tree farm which I've come up with. So Swish33, he's another guy on this server, and he just actually had a chat thing right there. He wanted to make a tree farm, and he came up with this design, and he built this glass thing, and he told me that, oh, no big deal, my design just needs 56 hoppers. I was like, no, oh no, no. No. Oh look, he's shooting at us. That's not very nice. He's building this thing. It's pretty cool. It's up in the sky. I'll jump over here so you can see it. It's pretty cool. But anyway, I'm sure he'll show that to you later. But he wanted to make this tree farm that took 56 hoppers. And so I said, if you touch one piece of iron that I've dug to make a single one of those hoppers, I'm going to break your face. And so I was forced to come up with an alternate design, which was a little more economical in terms of resources, which I believe I did. Because here we do have a number of pistons, but one hopper, ladies and gentlemen, one hopper. So this is kind of the theory. That end was planted earlier, and so now the trees have all grown. This, it looks like this, but it's spread across the entire length of the little building here. So you plant the saplings on these little dirt things, and they'll grow in that close proximity to each other. Oh, I don't have an axe. So the trees grow, obviously. You can use bone meal if you want to, I guess, but we just are going to let them grow. Then you cut them down, which is what you do with trees. Cut them all down. I'm not going to cut all of them down. We'll just do a few for demonstration purposes. So you cut down the trees. They're in this little crisscross pattern to get them as close together as possible and be as economical in the space. And then the leaves start to decay. You cut down all the trees and the leaves start to decay. That's the idea. And then, once you've cut all the trees down, all you have to do is flip this switch. Oh, me. We'll be back. Okay guys, we're back. I spent kind of a long time figuring it out and getting everything to work, and it all works now. There was some problem with having repeaters going to blocks, and it created kind of a closed loop where the circuit was just on all the time, regardless of the position of the lever outside, but we completely resolved it. I consulted a little bit with Swish33 to help me figure out the best way to wire it to take up the least amount of space. And in a second, I'm going to jump over to a creative world and show you how that works. But first I thought I'd show you the working one completely right here. Now, I had planted all these spruce saplings because I need spruce saplings, and I was hoping that they would grow and I could show you the whole thing in action. But apparently spruce saplings must grow in some different pattern and they won't grow. So, I don't know. Maybe this is not rated for spruce saplings, just for oak ones. I don't know what that does. It works great for the oak saplings, I promise. You can plant them in every single one of these and they will all grow, this dense thicket of wood. It's excellent. So sorry about this, but I'll demonstrate for you the water flowing all these planted saplings. So once you've chopped the trees down, hypothetical trees, all you have to do is turn this switch on, and as the leaves decay, it will drop everything into the water, and it will flow down into the bottom. I'm going to turn this off, and we'll follow it down so you can see kind of what this looks like. It's basically just dug down all the way like this. I had to dig down to below where the sand is because we're in the desert, as you can see. But it wouldn't really have to be that deep, theoretically, just enough so it's below any redstone that you do, and maybe sand from the desert. And we have these signs up here to keep the water from up top from coming down and messing up the water flow down here, because we want to make sure everything gets directed into this little channel, and it goes into a hopper, which is right here, which is empty at the moment, of course. And the hopper feeds into this large chest where we've got saplings and the apples that might drop. So that is basically how it works. This is the system. It works pretty well. Oh, that's a creeper. Now I'm going to jump over and show you guys the redstone in a little more detail. And let's go do that now. Alright guys, here we are in this little mini model of the tree farm in the creative world. The blue wool represents water. I didn't want to have water flowing all over the place. It messes up the glowstone. Or, I can speak. I didn't want to have water all over the place because it messes up the redstone. So I'm using blue wool. Anyway, the circuit is extremely simple because I'm the one who came up with it and I'm bad at redstone. So basically it's just a lever. The lever powers the circuit. And the circuit just feeds into the block below each piston. Now, the problem we had was I had a repeater here that was powering this block so that I could get them all right in front, but that doesn't work because then the repeater puts a big charge in this block and then it powers the redstone here and it creates a loop. And so you can't turn it off and the pistons won't go down. So what Swish came up with was running it along the outside so that the one sticking the farthest out, so this one here in one of the 2 blocks, or the middle one in the 3 block, is accessed from behind. So the lever, then you have the redstone here, and one end of it goes toward these pistons, and it goes into this one and then the 2 side ones on each set of 3. And then, sorry, hope you can see this. Then this end of it runs around the back and it touches the other pistons so that they're all just on the same loop. And if you had the other side, it would look exactly the same. And so this is basically what it looks like. Then of course you cover everything up because once the water flows, it washes all the redstone away if it can get in there. So that happened to me a couple of times when I was trying to figure out why it was messed up. But yeah, that's basically it. Here's kind of an overhead view so you can see how everything relates to each other. There's 2 blocks in between each set of pistons. If you space them that way, then the water will cover the entire area. There's 6 blocks between the trench and the wall, and the water will flow all the way in there. You can repeat this, of course, as many times as you want. You can keep going in that direction. And if you want to have more than 2 rows, then you could just dig another trench, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like another trench right along here, if there wasn't a wall there. And you could just expand it as far horizontally as you wanted as well. That's it. I was thinking, I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I came up with this tree farm to stop my friend Swish from making 56 hoppers with all of our iron. I personally am perfectly fine with just running around and collecting saplings after they've dropped. But what this design would actually be really useful for is a wheat farm, because if you planted wheat all around these water blocks and you lower the pistons once it's ready to harvest, it would just wash everything down to a hopper. And I think I'm probably going to modify our wheat farm to feature this design for the ease of harvesting. That's something that's, raining. So I think that's something that would be well suited for as well, if you don't want to use the tree farm aspect of it. But anyway, that's all I have. If this wasn't clear, if you have any questions, or if you just want to let me know that you thought this design was helpful, please comment on the video, send me a message, like it if you thought it was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys later.